Graded stakes racing continues, and this time we go to the great race place, Santa Anita, for the Grade 3 La Canada Stakes, and an interesting 7-horse field. I think a lot of people are going to be drawn to the favorite in this one, Fighting Mad, who's got some Grade 1 wins under her belt. But I do think the pace will make the race in this spot, and the way the track's been playing, which is a little bit on the slower side, I think if you can get some pressure on Fighting Mad, you could possibly get some meat on the bone and get one of these longer priced horses to win. Let's take a look at some of the top contenders and the way I think the running style is going to shape up for this race. And again, starting with the rail horse, Proud Emma. Now she's kind of interesting because she's got the right running style here, draws inside of the other speed, can save some ground, and she's got some speed figures that are comparable enough to get her into this race. And I think at a price, especially as not the favorite, Proud Emma could be one of the ones that you may want to take, coming from off the pace, hoping for a little bit of a speed duel. Another horse that's always gotten some attention in some of these races out west is Hard Not to Love, and a couple of different things for her this time. She got good this time last year in December and January. I think that's a positive sign, and a major jockey switch. Mike Smith has ridden this horse. You may not know it, but she's kind of a one-eyed horse, and she acts a little bit antsy in the gate, and sometimes she doesn't break out of the gate cleanly. But a major jockey switch from Smith to Ricardo Gonzalez, and I think this one could be a good positive switch for her, getting a new jockey. If he can get her to relax, maybe warm her up and get her comfortable, I think she can come from off the pace. The problem is when she makes her move from off the pace, she's kind of a one-run middle move. And so if she doesn't get to the lead at the end of the move, she kind of doesn't want to run and pass down horses late in the race. But I do think Hard Not to Love is one that's cycling into a good race. The big favorite is Fighting Mad. 5 wins and 9 lifetime starts. Bob Baffert trains. Abel Cedillo, the jockey. Luis Saez on the last time, but in the 2 big victories last fall, it was Cedillo on top. Going to try to wing it on the front end, Fighting Mad in this race. Now, one of the keys will be message, because she's one of the horses capable of putting on some pressure from that pace-pressing style. Flavian Pratt rides. He rode her to a big win, 2 back, and that was a 94 Brisnet speed figure. Overall, her speed figures are a little bit on the lower side to possibly win, but sometimes when you get 2 horses out there kind of wheeling it on the front end, one of them can keep on running, and that possibly could be message. But if she doesn't win, she could do just enough to kind of get Fighting Mad out of her pace and make her run a little bit harder early, setting up some of those late runners. Another horse I wanted to talk about is Miss Stormy D. Another one who comes just off the pace, but she does have a couple of front-running winners. Now, those races were either lightly or slower speed on the front end when she went wire to wire, or weaker competition. So I'm not sure what she's going to do in this spot. Mike Smith does opt to ride Miss Stormy D. Again, not sure if he opted off the big favorite or if he opted on off of Hard Not to Love or opted on Miss Stormy D. And then Never Be Enough on the outside, going up a little bit in class, coming from the turf to the dirt. Her best races were probably on the synthetic, but she is a 6-year-old mare. She can get the distance, and if the track plays a little bit on the slower side, she could pick up some of the pieces. I'm going to take a little bit of a reach here and go with Hard Not to Love. I think she's kind of cycling back into form. I like the jockey switch, and I think there's going to be just enough speed in this race to kind of set up her late run. If you want to go with another horse, Proud Emma could be an option. That is a look at the Grade 3 La Canada Stakes from Santa Anita. Leave a comment. Who do you like in the La Canada Stakes? And remember, next week we'll be taking a look at the LeComp Stakes here on, as we continue to race with graded stakes racing in